Before I first participated in the AV200, I didn't actually even own a bike. I had not been on one since the early 1990s, and that was a comfort bike which had fat tires and a beverage koozie on the handlebars. I've been teaching indoor cycling since 2006. A few years ago, a couple of guys began taking my class. They told me they were training for a ride called the AIDS Vaccine 200. They even asked me to join them, but I thought they were insane because there was no way in the world that I could possibly ride 200 miles in 2 days. But of course, being a proud cycling instructor, I was not going to tell them that. Besides, I've been looking for a reason to buy a bicycle, and now I had one. So, in February of 2012, I bought my first road bike. After only 3 months of training on my new bike, ride day finally came. While on the road, there were times when I felt the wind would never stop, the hills would never end, and my bike wanted me off. I found myself questioning why I had ever committed to such an undertaking. When these negative thoughts crept in my head, I wanted to stop, to give up, but I wouldn't. I couldn't. I had to push the thoughts out. I could not give up. I could not give up because there were people who would have gladly taken my place and ridden these miles had they lived to do so. I could not give up because HIV/AIDS researchers had not given up on their search for a vaccine, and I could not give up because there are people who endure much worse than wind or saddle sores every day as they fight for their lives because there is no vaccine, there is no cure. Some people may compare HIV/AIDS to a chronic disease like diabetes. This may be true if you have access to and can afford the medication, but for the millions of people in this country and around the world who neither have access to nor can afford the necessary treatments, for them, AIDS is not a chronic disease. For them, AIDS is a death sentence. So for them, the forgotten, I ride.